One of Donald Trump's special ambassadors to Hollywood seems to be at work. Mel Gibson. He recently released the official title for Passion of the Christ 2, which is The Resurrection of the Christ, and their official Twitter account showed I guess you could say, a teaser to the teaser trailer. Really, it was just about displaying the title. And this Passion sequel, which is stated coming soon, so more than likely not this year, perhaps next year or early 2027, who knows. But this movie is coming out in a very interesting time, especially with the church exposing itself, really just being agents of globalist ideology, because over the years, libtards have invaded the church and used it as a weapon against a lot of true believers, which has sort of cajoled them into embracing various circularist ideology, which, nowadays you really can't take the church seriously, especially the westernized church. I mean, with the openness to the alphabet sex cult agenda, LGBTQ, aiding the illegal invasion, and the blatant anti-white racism, which is really based in being anti-Western civilization and seeking to destroy it through white hate. I mean, the Episcopal Church exposed themselves with the South African situation. And if you're familiar with the Black Church, I mean, it's been openly blame whitey, hate whitey, just like every other aspect of so-called black community. And, with Mel Gibson's most recent appearance on the Joe Rogan show, where he showed you his, wealth of knowledge when it comes to the Catholic Church, and the fact that there, there's probably some shenanigans that's been going on dating back to, I think he was talking about like the 1950s. And if you ever listen to Mel Gibson speak on how he plans to make this movie, it should be a very interesting ride, to say the least. Now, Lionsgate has hopped on board to get The Resurrection of the Christ out there in theaters. So I guess a slight kudos to Lionsgate in taking this one up. And again, it's also very fitting that this movie gets released during Trump's second term. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump himself doesn't advertise this. I mean, because in reality, you don't really know what this special ambassador to Hollywood thing is supposed to mean. I did see John Voight sort of apparently is a part of Trump's ideas with this tariff situation to bring more filmmaking back to the United States. No word on what Stallone has been doing to be a special ambassador. My personal viewpoint was to use that special ambassadorship to create a storytelling industry, like Hollywood, high quality storytelling, but doing it outside of Hollywood. Because, Hollywood, aka Petalwood, is an industry that deserves to die. It doesn't deserve to be saved. If anything, it deserves to be under criminal investigation. P. Diddy surely isn't the only one that should be getting hit with a RICO charge. That entire industry deserves that. Because, again, we know that they blatantly aid in the sexual exploitation of children. But anyway, whenever this comes out, I'll probably watch it. But again, I can't financially support Hollywood, so I'm going to watch it by other means. I wish he was actually doing this independent from Hollywood. I mean, if anything, that would be a great business for Elon Musk to get in. He acquired Twitter to sort of have a propaganda machine, if you will, which really is just more so free speech, because It's not like the liberals have been blocked out of Twitter. But he acquired that to provide a sort of a level playing field, to put information out there. I think him doing an X would, if you will, would be far more productive because unfortunately, mainstream media has had more influence on how people think and how people behave than any politician, than any world leader, than any religious figure. I mean, how people dress, the way people talk, even walk, comes a lot from movies and television shows. So an X would have been nice. And then if this film was released on that, I could financially support it. But again, we'll see how this turns out, and we'll see how relevant it is when it comes out. Because again, it's always relevant, especially if it's going to be something calling out a particular group of people who generally despise being called out, even though they deserve to be called out.